The way that evil perpetuates itself is by causing disturbance in the mind, is by creating an environment of threat, is by jangling the mortal chains. And when we react against this tyranny in the most paradoxical way, we become agencies of evil and perpetuate its sly disturbance onto others. This is how evil operates, and this is how it perpetuates itself, keeping its tyranny alive. The way to consciousness is through the same mind which is disturbed. Its peace, its sanctity has been derailed by some sort of covert or overt attack upon its equilibrium. We have just surrendered our only route to consciousness to that agency of disturbance. And through being disturbed, we have become an agency of the agency which disturbed us. The agencies are many. They can be just anything. This is the way this strange dark force infects every little aspect that may surround a person in the course of his day's work. And somehow it intercepts at different junctions, extracting a reaction, causing disturbance, and planting itself in the psyche, in the mental space of its victim. It appears to me that we are all victims, victims of setbacks, irritants, not having our way, being disrupted in some creative act, and the myriad ways that the conjuring happens and we are overtaken, and then we become agencies. This is the way vampires are made, and this is the way we fall prey to the millions and millions of pinpricks that we receive. Whether it is through interactive means or audio visuals or anything, the general invasion of evil is quite profoundly intimate with this mental hijack in a very constant way, and we have accepted it as a part of life as we are overwhelmed time and again, becoming agencies of the same destructive force. It is a very subtle operation, and we, having realized to some extent the nature of spirit, have to create, delineate a divide between spirit of the divine divinity and spirit of that which is in opposition and is we are constantly under its attack. This is not some mental rambling of the midnight, but a realization of how evil perpetuates itself through us and how we need to stop being disturbed by anything. And that is the most difficult point. Excuse me. As humans, we have our cutoff points as to what and how much we can tolerate. Particularly mental pressure, pressure on the mind. We are very fallible and vulnerable to our needs and our survival and our comforts, which in turn give us that peace and rest required to explore consciousness and spirit, which we are representant of. We need to understand our vulnerability, and we need to understand the immortal nature of spirit. We have been placed through this existence of body and spirit in a very delicate balance between opposing forces of light and dark that we possess the resonances of. We seem to be in a tug of war called duality. And duality seems to be nothing other than opposing energetic forces working through spirit and body. And somewhere we have to choose. which force we want to comply with, hold allegiance with. It is becoming more and more apparent, this reality. Om Tat Sat.